This video is on SolidWorks files and file management tutorial, so you can complete the assignment in Unit 1 under that title. So here we're in Canvas. This is the SolidWorks files and file management assignment. And it's important to you to understand that there are several file types associated with SolidWorks, and there are associative links between those files. So we have the solid part file, which its extension is SLDPRT, and then we have an assembly file, which is a collection of part files and other subassembly files with instructions on how they mate to each other mechanically, and that's the .SLDASY file. And then there's the SLDDRW file, which we're not going to really cover in this class because this is not a drafting class, but that would be how you would generate your drawings off of those other types of files. It's important they're moved together. If you break the relationships between them, you'll have errors in your files, and you can lose a lot of work. So that said, we also need to make sure that we save our files on a local drive when you're using the lab, because the lab resets and wipes out all the memory between jobs. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a quick exercise where we're going to open and save our file, and then we're going to upload an image of where you stored it, so that you can prove that you stored it in a place that you're going to retain your work. We don't want anybody to lose their work. So I'm going to minimize Canvas for now, and I've already logged into a remote session in the lab. So I'm doing this remotely. You can do this particular assignment can be done from home or in the lab. So we're going to go down and we're going to open up SolidWorks. So we're going to go to SolidWorks 2020, and we're going to pick just the application that says SolidWorks 2020. There are a bunch of other utilities that are available. And we'll give that a few seconds to open. There may be a licensing agreement you need to hit. Okay, so here we are in the splash page for SolidWorks, and in the default settings you're going to see this window occur, and it helps you with some of your file management on where you store your files and whatnot. And these three icons are your three different file types you can create within SolidWorks. So again, a part is intended to be an individual fabricated part or a piece of hardware, and then an assembly brings multiple parts together. The file itself doesn't have any geometry in it, but what it does is it's like a library of parts and associations between those parts. And then the drawing file can be driven from either one of them to make drawings either at the part or assembly level. And once you create associations between these files, you have to keep them together. So again, this is a .SLDPRT, this is a .SLDASY, and this is a SLDDWG file. Okay, so we're going to just open a part file, and we're going to go ahead and accept the default units as inches. Okay, so once we're in this window here, this is just a blank model file. So what I'm going to do is, for the purpose of this assignment, we're just going to save it as, and I want you to navigate up until you find a drive called the H drive. Now, because I'm not a student, I won't have an H drive. I have a different file structure in my it just has my name. But you should have a drive that's letter H, and you have up to 5 gigabytes of space. And you need to store your assignments there between classes or on a some sort of cloud drive or another drive that you have. So I'm going to go ahead and pick on mine, pretending that's a H drive, and I'm just going to go ahead and save this as the instruction said, was to call it practice underscore your first initial. So in my case it's T underscore last name Frazee. Okay, and that's going to be my solid part file. And we're just going to hit save. Minimize those applications, and then we're going to go to this PC link. And again, you should have an H drive. Okay, but in my case, instead of an H drive, I'm traveling to mine. And you should find this file here. It's the SolidWorks part file. I'm going to show this in detail view so you can see the extension. And it should be a SolidWorks part file. If it was a drawing file or an assembly file, it would have a different icon here. So what I would like you to do at this point is have this window highlighted. So you want to have your file displayed, and what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control Print Screen, and then we're going to open up Microsoft Paint. Again, to find that, it's under the Windows tab and scroll towards the bottom. It's Windows Accessories, and there's Microsoft Paint. And then we should be able to go Control V into that, and it copies the desktop. Make sure your picture has your practice SolidWorks file visible, and that'll show that you were able to manipulate the file and navigate to where it's saved. Now, if you had a thumb drive, you could save it on a thumb drive, and you would just navigate to that particular drive. So now we're going to go save this as a JPEG picture, and we're going to go ahead and put it in a place where we know it needs to go. So it's the practice underscore T underscore Frazee. In your case, it's going to be your name and not mine. And we'll save that in that location. So when we return to Canvas and we want to submit our assignment, we can choose the file that we just made. And you're going to hit open, and you're going to submit that assignment. All right, I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you in class.